Good news, everyone! It seems that Gearbox managed to get at least one tooltip correct in the entire game. I mean, to be fair, I should probably make a list of all the tooltips that are just inaccurate, just for shits and giggles, and to see how many of them are wrong. Now, what's good, everyone? It's Worth here, and I kid you not, I mean, what the fuck is up with that? Like, why on earth is that the case for this game? Even for some basic benign things like crit hit damage values are only half of what they actually are. Like, why? I know that it's been a thing in all the previous games. Before Borderlands 4, I never really gave a crap because, I was just consuming. And now I put myself on the internet since I'm so mentally well balanced. Yeah, right. Well, anyhow, as soon as I saw the loot quality increase little line on the takedown menu, I instantly thought to myself, yeah, right. Fuck all that. I've even mentioned it in my first video about the takedown that I am extremely skeptical about this one itty bitty little titty line, and that we are probably gonna get more loot the higher that we go. But then I got down to business and started recording most of my runs because I'm an idiot. I didn't actually take note for the first day or something with how many legendaries and pearls I get, so the actual data pool that I have is limited to 20 in all the different categories that I've chosen, but I've tried to grind a lot. So let me tell you what I did and why, so that way you can understand it a little better. I was hoping that I can give some reassurance to the people that are struggling or just currently working on climbing up the Mayhem ranks, that they're not just sitting in a hotel room cock chair waiting for everyone to take a turn on the train while they're just missing out on all the fun. Interesting analogy. So I decided that I'm gonna try 3 different versions of the takedown: Mayhem Rank 1, Mayhem Rank 20, and Hardcore. Obviously, the standard takedown without the timer is no good for anyone, because you're just gonna get the one box, not all the chests, and the whole point of this exercise is twofold. First one is simple. I wanted to see roughly how many legendaries can we get and what's gonna be the best use of our time. And the second kinda ties into the previous video that I'll link up on the tippy top for you to enjoy, as it's a masterpiece, really. But so the second point was to see if Mayhem Rank 20 is worth it and whether we are forced to use some build/weapon iteration that may or may not be suitable for everyone. And since I'm assuming that you're going to be so incredibly satisfied with the content that you find on my channel that you probably want to make sure that you hit that sub until it rings the bell by itself, and if you want to be my extra special friend, join as a member, but don't tell anyone that you are. But, well, so in terms of hardcore, I did the hardcore mode instead of the rank 10 because you're essentially just going to get 35 minutes instead of a platinum timer, which is just a little good old switcheroonie of getting more time, but you need to make sure that you don't die. From my personal experience, hardcore rank 10 is super freaking easy and it's very comfortable for just about any builds, and the weapon variety still stays large enough so that most people will be able to farm a god roll or have a god roll of something. Like here, you still got the OG weaponry being very respectable and doing the job. To give you an example, for Rafa with a TDR build is what I've been using up until now. Chuck is gonna carry the trash mobs and you're gonna get either an inscriber or a laser disc, or nothing fancy is needed for the bosses. Harlow and Cash, well, you can do just about fucking anything, especially with Cash, because that goddamn gambling addict is just cracked to the teeth. Vex, you can still safely mess around with Horus, Specs, and Groundbreaker, or either Killshot or Bleed. Yeah, aneurysm, stop, not the time. Both will work fine at rank 20, but it becomes a little bit less fun the higher you go. And for Amon, I ain't gonna lie to you sports fans, I've not touched Amon since the takedown came out, but I saw that Jolts was doing some Lightning McQueen runs, so I assume it kinda works. Seems like it does. But I gotta stop playing with that guy again, just to check out the new class mods. I'll keep you updated how that's gonna go, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit for that. So for the hardcore, it seems to be that that's the intended difficulty that is, ironically, the least punishing. So those are gonna be the difficulties that I've picked. For the Vault Hunter itself, I've used a Gloam Cache because it is absolutely insane. And I was behind on the specialization anyway with him, so the XP actually came in really freaking handy. And I'm gonna throw up the numbers on screen right now, made into a beautiful Google spreadsheet table by yours truly, And let me talk you through what you're seeing so that you're going to be able to digest it easier. What you see on the screen are the 5 final boxes only. I've not included the camera room because it depends on you knowing where the cameras are, not missing it, etc. This is what you can guarantee every single run. And I was genuinely pleasantly surprised because the average number of legendaries that I've gotten over the 20 rank 1 runs were 7, with the lowest being 4 and the highest being 10 in a single takedown. As for the pearls, as you can see, I got 5 total out of the 20 runs. Then the 20 runs on the highest difficulty Mayhem, it was also an average of 7 with the lowest being 4, but here the peak was 12 legendaries in a single run. For the pearls, I've got a 6 here, which is going to be 1 more. And for the 20 runs on hardcore, the average was actually 7.45 per run, with the lowest being 4 and the highest being 12. Again, the same as on rank 20. For the pearls, it was 5 again. So I've gotten a total of 140 legendaries on rank 1 and rank 20, and 149 on hardcore. I chalked it up to simple variance. And before you ask, yes, there were a lot of legendaries on the floor, and a lot of pearls as well, that I didn't bother to look at, pick it up at all. But I can say this much, my lost loot machine was full after every single run. The reason why I left it out of the calculation is because as far as I know, it will just be tied to the UVHM rank on whatever or not, or whether or not you have true mode on. True mode will increase the amount of badass enemies that have a higher chance of dropping goodies. But I did not focus on that because I don't really feel comfortable stating it as a fact. Now, if there is a data miner that sees this video and can tell me if the loot drop chance from regular mobs and bosses gets overwritten by the Mayhem rank and gets an actual multiplier, let me know in the comments. But until then, from my ghetto logic perspective and based on purely nothing but vibes, I don't believe so. But I also wanted to touch on the Iridium and the cash as well, because it does say that on rank 20 you're going to get 90% more drops. And I'll be honest with you, I would just flat out ignore that. It is only for the drops from the mobs itself. Now, if you're running through it, you're not going to worry about running everywhere and then picking up all the mobs. You're going to kill one left and right and China and back and everywhere else, right? So you're not going to run around, take a lap collecting everything. The big chunk that you get at the end for the completion is still gonna sit around 36k plus minus a couple hundreds, which is perfectly fine for farming. Clearly, if you're gonna do rank 20 3 times slower than rank 1, you're gonna end up with less magical purple rocks, so don't worry about it. For the cash, money dollar green. I mean, there's no use for it in the entire game, so I'm gonna respectfully decide to not give a shit. But do not get this twisted. This is fantastic news because rank 20 is hard. Don't fucking let anyone try to bully you into that you're just shit. You need either an absolutely fucking cracked gear, min-max to the teeth, or something that is stupidly broken, like cash, Raiden projectiles, or something like that. But from a casual point of view, the higher you go, the more you need to know what you're doing. And because the game doesn't fucking tell you, and even when it does tell you something, it is actually just flat out incorrect, you really are up against it. So what's the entire point here? That in order to farm out any of the new items, all the new items that are exclusive to the takedown, rank 1 is as good as rank 20, at least according to my little data set. If you're a little slower but you're not dying, hardcore mode gives you that nice compromise with having 35 minutes to the platinum instead of 15 or whatever it is. What I will say, and what is different and legit, is the XP gain. You do get significantly more XP for the efforts that you can put in, but because there are only a handful of builds that can really smoothly take care of business there, I think about it like this. When I set out in a session to do nothing but get XP and specialization ranks just to get shit done, whatever means necessary, that's when I'm gonna respect Glowmont, your cash, and just grind levels. There comes a point when pissing against the wind is only gonna get your legs covered in urine, so why on earth would you do it? And lastly, I wanted to mention that I also checked a few Circle of Slaughter runs, and it is fucking abysmal there. I might keep that yapping for another video. In fact, I will keep that yapping for another video because I want to see if they do something more with it in the future. But as it is right now, I've basically gotten anywhere between 3 to 7 legendaries for the entire slaughter, and it is only legendaries from the Whirlpool. So right now, this one is a Fun Day Monday exclusive, right? You just do it because you want to do it. But I mean, look, from where I'm coming from, I really like that players are not punished for not being able to do rank 20. What I said in my previous video still stands. Gearbox needs to find a way to figure out what kind of levers are they going to pull to incentivize people to get to rank 20 and to want to get to rank 20. And that remains to be seen. For now, let me know in the comments what's been your experience with the loot. And if you like this video, give it a like, hit that sub, ring that bell, specifically in this order. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to unlock that extra legendary per run. That is legit. And a huge thanks to the channel members. And if you'd like to join the GigaChat crew, the link is down below. But as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.